Allahabad High Court APS Series A Exercise 23 at the speed of 110 words per minute. Be ready. Start. In this case, the Madras High Court (administrative side) approached the apex court challenging the High Court judgment which held that Section 89 of the CPC and Section 69A of the Tamil Nadu Court Fees and Suit Valuation Act 1955 would cover all methods of out of court dispute settlement between parties that the court subsequently finds to have been legally arrived at. Section 69A of the 1955 Act deals with the refund on settlement of disputes under Section 89 CPC. It provides that where the court refers the parties to the suit to any of the modes of settlement of dispute referred to in Section 89 CPC, the fee paid shall be refunded upon such reference and such refund need not await for settlement of the dispute. Stop para. The narrow interpretation of Section 89 of the CPC and Section 69A of the 1955 Act sought to be imposed by the petitioner would lead to an outcome wherein parties who are referred to a mediation center or other centers by the court will be entitled to a full refund of their court fee, whilst parties who similarly save the court's time and resources by privately settling their dispute themselves will be deprived of the same benefit simply because they did not require the court's interference to seek a settlement. Such an interpretation, in our opinion, clearly leads to an absurd and unjust outcome where two classes of parties who are equally facilitating the object and purpose of the aforesaid provisions are treated differently, with one class being deprived of the benefit of Section 69A of the 1955 Act. A literal or technical interpretation in this background would only lead to injustice and render the purpose of the provisions nugatory and thus needs to be departed from in favor of a purposive interpretation of the provisions. Stop para. Such refund of court fee, though it may not be connected to the substance of the dispute between the parties, is certainly an ancillary economic incentive for pushing them towards exploring alternative methods of dispute settlement. As the Karnataka High Court has rightly observed in Kamalamma (Supra), parties who have agreed to settle their disputes without requiring judicial intervention under Section 89 CPC are even more deserving of this benefit. This is because by choosing to resolve their claims themselves, they have saved the state of the logistical hassle of arranging for a third party institution to settle the dispute. Though arbitration and mediation are certainly salutary dispute resolution mechanisms, we also find that the importance of private amicable negotiation between the parties cannot be understated. In our view, there is no justifiable reason why Section 69A should only incentivize the methods of out of court settlement stated in Section 89 CPC and afford step brotherly treatment to other methods availed of by the parties. Para. This court, however, observed that there may be situations wherein the parties have, after the course of a long drawn trial or multiple frivolous litigations, approached the court seeking refund of court fees in the guise of having settled their disputes. In such cases, the court may, having regard to the previous conduct of the parties and the principles of equity, refuse to grant relief under the relevant rules pertaining to court fees. However, we do not find the present case as being of such nature. Stop.